Warning, this podcast may contain adult language that is not suitable for younger viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, this podcast may contain spoilers, so if you're not into that sort of thing, you might want to skedaddle.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Nakamacast.
Hey, we're the cast that is Nakamas.
You always intro it so. I think that's sort of your thing. You give like the most like awkward intro. Like we're the cast that's the Nakamas.
We're the cast that's the thing.
It's been like
we got the guys.
I think this is episode 14, and you still don't know like what we are.
It's
we're
16.
like the
It's
Nakama.
episode 16.
No, it's not.
Is it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's 16 because we have 15 up. I checked.
Really?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
I feel like it's not 16.
I don't keep track of which one's which. I just watch them.
Get going. Get us into the episode while I look.
So, this week we've got the convention reviews. We're maybe 16 in, and I can't even remember my own name.
Yeah,
I've been doing it for like a
Every
year and a
time
half.
you're like, who am I?
I'm the convention reviews. I'm the Cody. Boom! The room silences. How many?
That's it.
Oh, you didn't check?
Yeah, I'm not.
Cody.
I was checking my subscriptions.
Who are you, Mr. Destiny Shirt?
Yes. I am Nathan. Hello, all y'all.
No names?
No, just Nathan.
Okay.
Let's see.
And
You
who
can
are
find me
you?
on Twitch.
12, 13, 14,
And who are you?
15.
So this is 15?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
12,
16.
13, 14, 15. No, this is 16.
What?
That was 15. Last week was 15.
What?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm guessing the conclusion was everyone hates secret endings.
Yeah, we don't like them.
Yeah.
No, especially on the last secret ending of Food Wars. Like, I don't know if did you see it?
He told me about it. Yeah.
I mean,
If you didn't
I've not
see
seen it. I've
What?
not watched any of the episodes.
He hasn't watched anything. For the once, Cody
Wait,
is
there's
not
another
caught up
one?
on anything.
There's another secret ending.
There's a secret ending in every single episode.
I'm
of
gonna
Food
fucking
Wars.
kill myself.
Yeah, I noticed because I went and watched on Crunchyroll and it said restart from where you left off at 20 minutes. I was like, he missed the secret ending.
I have to go back and watch them.
It's big.
No, guys, check the end of every show.
I'll tell you about
Seriously.
the end. And because
Just check.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you?
I'm Mr. Director. Hey, how you doing?
Glorious intro. Where's
Hey.
Drooby Dooby Doo?
He's not here because we have a topic today that he's not.
He knows
Can you,
nothing.
like-
He literally knows nothing about this topic.
You keep bumping this, and I know it's in the mic. I know it. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I actually told Drew not to come. I straight up wrote him and I was like, "Don't come to this Nakamacast," and he was like,
That was instant karma. I ripped my nail just a little
"Ha!"
bit.
He was like, "Dang, man!" But he also had to leave by 6, so he may have had to jump out of here early.
Yeah.
Did you tell him why he shouldn't come?
Yeah.
You didn't just
Yeah,
go,
I told him why.
Okay.
We've actually got We've got more than one topic, but all of them don't include Drew.
Okay.
So we
Our
didn't need
biggest
him.
topic, though, sounds
The
like...
topic we're gonna talk about for most of the show, and I feel like we're just gonna take this episode, and we're just gonna base pretty much everything once we bring that topic up, everything else after it around it, because we've not had a chance for us three to just sit down and talk about this.
You and I
And
talked
we really
about it
should.
today.
I just mean like the show in general.
Oh, the whole show.
Yeah, we've not had because I'm sure we're not gonna just talk about the new news the entire time.
Right.
So, anything you guys want to say? Any news? that you guys
I heard a rumor.
Okay.
I haven't...
So don't quote you.
Yeah, don't quote me because I haven't heard it 100% correctly because I saw a video on YouTube, but it came out April 1st. But I saw no follow-up video saying April Fools. Digimon was pushed back to summer.
That is actually true.
Okay.
Okay.
Digimon, I should have mentioned that last week. I already knew that last week, but I forgot to
And
write it
I'm
down for news.
hashed.
Yeah, I did get pushed back to summer. I think Lupin also got pushed back to summer.
I did hear about that one too.
What happened to Mighty Number 9? Not a...
My number 9 actually just got announced today. It got pushed to September 15th or 9th. One of the two.
No!
That literally got announced today.
Oh!
It was trending today.
Dang it. I gotta wait till September.
September
That's okay.
something.
Make the game
No, it's
good.
probably September 15th. I'm probably just thinking September 9th because it's Mighty number 9.
Oh.
Pretty sure it's September
9-9.
15th.
It
It should be the 9th.
That'd be 999.
Yeah.
9-9-15.
for Mighty Number 9. Mm-hmm. That would actually be really cool.
I bet it is.
But I'm not upset. It's the game needs work. It needs work. And they want to make it.
Yeah, let them finish it. I mean,
I'm never mad when I hear the games get. I hate when people get mad that games get pushed back because it's like, why?
Well,
why are you mad? They're gonna make it better.
Was there already a release date set for it?
It was supposed to come out this month.
See,
was there a day or was it a window like this month?
It was a window because I kept looking it up.
Okay, so it wasn't.
I looked it up like
I was
April
pissed
2nd.
when Grand Theft Auto came out for consoles. So for the 360 and the PS3, it was set for April 18th, and I pre-ordered it before it got pushed back. So I had the sticker that said April 18th on it still, and it got pushed back to September. So I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I'm sure that made the game amazing.
Still had a lot of bugs.
That game got a 10 out of 10. Yeah. It might have been like an 8.
No, it's a lot. It's an amazing game. I love Grand Theft Auto. I bought it for my old console, my new console, and I got it for my computer.
Have you played Unity?
Yeah, I played it. It's okay.
So I just started it today, and
the bugs have been fixed, so it's not as bad.
Not all of them, because in my first hour I got to experience somebody in a cutscene walking through me, and I'm not playing. I didn't expect this to happen to me because there was like a huge 40-minute patch.
Okay.
I literally watched people walk toward a building, turn, and walk up it.
Really?
I'm not even playing. It was like a crowd of people, and I was like...
Why weren't you capturing this?
I was like... I'm literally laying in my bed, half asleep, and I'm like, what? What just happened?
Oh, that's too freaking funny, dude. But no, I never ever get mad anymore. Well, anyway, I never really cared, but I never... Like, I hear, like, when Arkham Knight got pushed back.
When there's a window, I wouldn't get upset. But when there's an actual set day, like, we're putting this out April 18th. By the way, a month later, now we're pushing it back to September. Actually, they pushed it back in March.
Well, you only had to wait a month. There's people who, and again, I don't get mad.
They pushed it back to September from April.
Well, that's fine. I can wait. I want the game to be good. It's freaking a Mega Man successor, and you know how much I love Mega Man. Look at the hat. I'm losing my mind. I had a really good nap earlier, so I'm a little hyper. But, like, Arkham Knight got pushed back. What was it? It's supposed to come out last year? Mm-hmm. It's supposed to come out last year.
That was a lie, though. They lied.
Yeah, they definitely lied. And then they pushed it back to, I think, spring of this past year, and then they pushed it back to fall of this year. Something like that. They pushed it back twice. Summer? Yeah. They pushed it back twice now.
Yeah, you gotta watch out at E3 because sometimes they'll lie. By the way, Holiday World's dates got moved. I'm gonna be able to be at E3.
Good.
So.
Oh, cool.
Good.
But as we're talking about games, we're an anime podcast, so let's get into the anime. Because we don't want to bore you guys with video games.
Who likes those?
I know I don't.
Neither do I.
Okay, so the first topic of...
I don't like the Danky King.
Of Nerds. Is...
Are you gonna start off with the big one, or are you gonna...
No, we'll end with the big one. We'll just run the rest out with the big one.
Oh, I had something I wanted to kind of talk about. The thing I told you this morning.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I read a thing this morning. It was a Tumblr post. And Guillermo del Toro, he does, him. He did Hellboy and all those movies.
A lot of stuff.
Pacific Rim, one of my favorite directors. Also, one of the nicest guys on the planet. He was working with a little child Japanese actress. I don't remember her name. But she got very embarrassed because she could not pronounce Guillermo del Toro.
We'll call her Yoko.
Yeah. I have it on my phone. I can look it up, but I don't want to.
Yoko.
Anyway, and Guillermo del Toro gave her permission to call him Totoro-san.
Yeah!
And I was like, and there's fan art of someone that drew Totoro but gave him like glasses and blonde Guillermo del Toro hair. And I was
Look it up, guys. Look it up.
It's freaking adorable. And I was like, good guy, Guillermo.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So...
By the way, Guillermo, one of the sexiest names on the planet.
Yeah, that was my name, but I had to get it changed because I had too many women throwing themselves at me. So I was like, I can't do this. If I'm going to run a convention reviews channel...
You need to change my name to Guillermo.
Like, I need to walk around
you should cosplay Guillermo del Toro. Walk around with a really thick Spanish accent. Hola, ladies, how are you?
We're doing that at MomoCon. Did I tell you? And I guess we can announce this here, guys. T-Dragon is going to be on a weekday one-up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we're got T-Dragon. Well, I say we. He got T-Dragon. He's going to be on weekday one-up with us.
Tight. That's awesome.
We're looking to get other guests, and this is probably not going to happen, so I shouldn't even say it. But I'll just say that we tried to get Beat Down Boogie for the podcast to no reply. So But the podcast is really freaking small still, so it was not a
Right.
surprise. But
If
we're thinking about
anything-
asking some other people maybe. There's a lot of
There's
a lot of people going.
We could get T-Dragon maybe. If
Well,
need
let's
be.
not just say we're gonna get T-Dragon.
I said we could.
You know he's gonna be busy. Like we're already taking 20 minutes, and then to take another hour out of his time.
Yeah.
But I'll look around and see who
Do you know
else is
what the topic
going.
is for him?
No, we don't know yet. I'm gonna let him know early, so
Is
he
he,
can.
he break dances, doesn't he?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he was a break dancer.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe in the episode.
I mean,
he has-
maybe, but not that
Yeah.
I've seen.
maybe he like teaches us how to break dance in the episode.
I was just thinking we do. His favorite anime is One Piece. We could do some One Piece. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. But okay. The first topic of discussion actually comes from a little not very well known show called Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very small.
What is that?
It's this anime about some ninjas. It ran for a while, got really low ratings.
Oh, it's the one. He's a ninja and he's got the Shinigami sword, right?
the Shinigami sword?
And he the Shinigami sword has the power of the Dragon Balls. And they call the Dragon Balls.
They call it
unleashed-
a spirit gun.
They unleashed
No. That sounds a lot better than what this show is. I was just joking, but that does actually sound really cool. I mean, come on.
But the power of the Dragon Balls from the Shinigami sword unleashed the power of the Digimon.
I like to think that the Shinigami sword, right where the blade meets what's it? The hilt, the handle, whatever.
Hilt handle, yeah.
Where the hilt meets the handle, isn't the hilt the?
That's a guard.
I don't have to know sword. Where the guard meets the handle. Two Dragon Balls are just right there, like.
It looked like a penis.
Like
with
nuts.
Why do you want your sword to look like a penis?
I think that we add some comedy to this anime.
Penis sword.
No. This comes from Naruto. The Naruto. There's a lot of spoilers here that I'm gonna try and dance around. Okay, so I'm not gonna spoil
We're talking
anything.
about the movie, I'm guessing?
No, there's still some Naruto manga coming out, even though the manga's ended. Naruto Gaiden. Don't look it up, Nate. If you don't want spoilers, don't look it up because it spoils everything. It kind of takes place after. It's like a spin-off.
Okay.
Naruto. It takes place after the end of it. Kakashi's face has been revealed. Seriously, the mask has come off, which is shocking
You
because
mean both masks, because he's got a mask underneath his mask.
yes, all the masks came off,
However many masks he has.
which is really shocking because Kishimoto said he would never do that, but he didn't do it in the original Naruto. He did it in the spin-off, so he kind of kept his promise that he wouldn't do it in Naruto.
I can agree with it.
Here's what he looks like. Pretty much what you'd expect, but I think Kishimoto just did this to be like, F yeah.
Did he
just
give him
throw
the
a
big
little
lips?
troll, no big lips. He just got a little mole.
I knew it.
Seriously, right here. He's got a mole. Not playing. It's not nothing big. Honestly, he's a handsome looking dude. Like, I'm not into
everyone-
guys, but he actually, like,
Well, a lot of the females think
Attractive.
Kashi's attractive in the show, so.
even with the mask on. So
Yeah.
they know what they're talking about. The mole really doesn't take anything away from it.
So it's not like Samus's mole where it like stands out and you're like you.
That does not
flick it
stand out to me.
Oh, it
but
stands
you're
out
a
to me.
mole hater, so I understand.
off.
what
Okay,
it
let's
is.
get everybody in the podcast to hate me.
Oh, you are?
They're gonna hate me pretty much after today
You
anyway.
do not like moles.
No,
mean,
I
it's
know.
not
I'm
fun.
just saying. But he's an on record mole hater.
I have moles and I hate them. I have one right here. I hate it.
It's funny because people call moles like cute dots.
How do you feel about Obi-Wan?
He's got a mole on his forehead.
How does that make you feel?
Well, I'm not really looking up here most of the time.
And his hair usually covers it.
I think
right?
I made eye contact with the mole quite a few times.
I mean, I did. It's like
Stare.
you're just like, oh. It's.
But yeah,
it's
do you
there.
guys want to see it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Why not?
Okay.
I'll see the picture.
You guys talk about something while I find it. You
Um,
guys can look it up too. Look
No,
up Kakashi.
just to clarify, none of us, at least I don't think none of us, hate Naruto.
I liked it.
Dakota.
I like it a lot.
He said-
Dakota isn't very far, but I'm
not.
all caught up except for the new filler arc.
I'm new to that
I am
Naruto
not.
game.
I'm skipping the filler arc so I'm not
Obviously.
watching it currently.
Why would you?
And
not?
Cody's like 20 episodes behind to being caught up with all canon stuff.
You're caught up completely, right?
Yeah,
Oh, that's not that bad. You got a little scar. You didn't even mention the scar.
that's his shiny
No,
teeth.
it's a shiny teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Shiny
got a scar that
teeth
goes
in
through his
me.
teeth.
Oh. I thought it was like lips.
No. Yeah.
That's funny.
There's actually a better picture, but I didn't see it in here.
They better made him take off 2 masks when he did that.
No, that's a filler episode.
Yeah, that was a
That's
filler
true.
episode, first of all.
I know, but it's funny.
Now that I see fan art of it, and without the mole, I'm like, that's not right. Okay, I think that's all I've got. Well, hold up, look at this one.
Oh, gee.
Like Parasite.
Parasite.
Kakashi.
That's funny.
Dude, that'd be so OP.
Alright. Do you know the spoilers for the new Dragon Ball movie? I don't want you to say them if you do.
some.
Don't. Okay. I think we talked about this.
talked
didn't we?
about it.
I told you the one I know.
Okay, with dancing around the spoilers, let's just throw out what Dakota knows already so that we know what we can say. He knows about Frieza's new form.
Yeah, I knew that.
And that's pretty much all you know, right?
That's
that's
in the trailer.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm
Okay.
just making sure we're all on the same.
I'm gonna say that's not a spoiler.
Playing
It's in the
field.
trailer.
Okay. So without saying anything else, because we may get into talking about it a little bit.
I'll just dance around the one spoiler I know too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do a little jig.
Which is that Cell comes back and fuses with Goku.
No, fuses with Frieza.
Can I just say Cell was like
Cell's my favorite villain.
the best villain in Dragon Ball?
I don't know why they give Frieza all the love.
Cell should have been the one back in this movie.
I completely agree. Frieza makes
No, it would make no sense for Cell to come back.
Yeah.
It wouldn't either, but Cell, I don't know. Cell was scarier to me.
Well, the thing about here's the thing about Dragon Ball Z bad guys.
Hold on, really quick, just
Okay.
so you know, we're gonna be talking about Dragon Ball the rest of the podcast.
Yeah,
so if you're
pretty
not into Dragon Ball, skedaddle. All right, go ahead.
The thing about all the super villains that have been in Dragon Ball Z, Frieza, First Vegeta, Cell, Boo, Omega Shinron, I know that's GT.
Which is now officially
Not canon.
Bills.
Bill's is a little
Is
different.
Bill's a villain?
He's not a villain, he's just there.
Okay,
for
he's
fun.
an antagonist.
There you go. That's a good word for it. They all, except for Cell, are just there to destroy.
Mm-hmm.
Cell wanted to have fun.
Well, it's because he
And
has...
it made him-
Boo.
Well,
But Boo was just there to kill, too. He didn't care.
well, think about it.
Cell was intrigued by people getting more powerful.
But if
that's
you're-
because Cell had Saiyan blood in him. Like, he was...
That's exactly true. That's
But
their thing.
if you're going off of that logic, Frieza was not just there to kill. He was running an empire.
Yeah.
They give it like
He's
a
he
space
was an
Roman
emperor.
empire.
I guess what I mean is, he didn't just kill because someone pissed him off. I guess is another thing. Cell was there. He wanted someone to be as powerful as him, just like everyone, all the other Saiyans. That he wanted. It just made him creepier
That's
because
why
he
Cell
knew he
was
was so
cool.
much more powerful.
I agree completely that Cell is the best villain in Dragon Ball because...
Boom, done.
Um,
Well, he's a close second, Emperor Pilaf.
shut the hell up.
No, what's his nuts?
Garlic?
Garlic Jr.
I will kill both of you.
Yonch is the bad guy. No,
Yonch.
TN when he was bad guy.
Tien was
was
actually a pretty
awesome.
dope bad guy.
Yeah.
Was he a bad guy or an antagonist?
He was
He was
pretty much a bad guy.
Yeah, he's
when
pretty much a
was
bad
first in.
guy.
But,
You've not watched Dragon Ball still.
Nope.
You've watched Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I knew TN was a bad guy.
What? It's a good show, isn't it?
Best android, go.
Best android?
Of all the androids, non-canon and canon.
Non-canon included?
Mhm.
Super 17.
Super 17? Okay, I forgot
or
about
Ader.
I was thinking of Ader. Ader's so cool.
You should
Super
cosplay Ader!
Dude, that would be
looks
really
like
cool.
Frankenstein.
No,
You
that
could
would be
tot-
really cool.
You could totally cosplay Ader, dude.
Ader's tight.
And then I'll cosplay Kid Goku and you cosplay the ninja guy.
I'll cosplay Bulma.
Or you could be
Yamcha.
you could shave and cosplay General Blue. You could though.
I don't want to be a Nazi.
Come on, they don't
sure.
say he's a Nazi.
They're Nazis!
You should be Dragon Ball Yamcha back when he was
You
cool.
can be Aurelie.
Yeah. Who's not even a Dragon Ball Z character. She was
Oh, I
just
got a
thrown
cramp.
in.
I got a cramp in my jaw! Ah!
What?
I got a cramp in my jaw from doing that.
Oh.
Okay,
This podcast is interesting.
so what are we talking about here, guys? Why are we talking about Dragon Ball? You should probably already know, but if you don't, let me change your life. For the first time in 18 years,
18 long years.
there's going to be a new series,
Series.
anime series
Anime series
of Dragon Ball.
of Dragon Ball.
It's called Super Dragon Ball, right?
It's called Super Dragon Ball, right?
It is not.
It is not.
That's not what it was
You're
called?
dumb. It's called Dragon Ball Super.
Same thing.
No.
I was just got the wording different.
No. Is the Super Nintendo the same thing as the Nintendo Super?
Yes.
No.
I mean,
No.
objectively.
But the word actually, the Japanese word being used also means like ultra. It means all the same
Right.
things. So
Dragon Ball Ultra. Yeah.
First
I
comment
wouldn't
on
know
this.
Dragon Ball Super sounds silly.
Now, when the Battle of the Gods came out, Akira Toriyama...
He sucks at naming things recently, by the way.
I don't know if Akira named this.
He wrote it.
Doesn't mean he named the anime series. Toei's still in charge of it. He didn't name Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z, what
It's
happened?
still Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's
That's right.
Dragon Ball.
As I was saying,
Sorry.
he hinted at that he wanted to make a new Dragon Ball Z series.
I swear I thought you were going to say he hentai.
Yes, he hinted.
All over the place.
But no, he hinted at it. He said he was interested in making another series.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, I mean, I guess my dream when he heard that, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, when I heard him say that, my dreams came true. And then I thought, well, maybe he's going to make a movie series.
That's
he's
what I
gonna
thought
continue
too.
this.
When the second movie announced, I'm like, it's probably just going to be a movie series then.
Which I thought that's fine with me,
Yeah,
you know. I was
agreed.
like, cool, you know. But I don't think anybody really expected this today. Like, it was so out of the blue, off the wall. I was on break with Mr. Director here, and I was just like, hold on, I think we got something to talk about if this is real. Because I didn't believe it. Kotaku even shared it, and I was like, Kotaku sharing clickbait now? What's the date? Not April 1st. What's going on here? I really did not believe it until I saw a bunch of people posting it, and I was like, this is for real.
I read it, and when I read it wrong at first because at work.
Did you read it on Reddit?
Stop doing my word on play shit. But I was at work. I was just kind of scrolling through Facebook real quick, and I read it as, in 18 years, it'll get a new series. I'm like, well, that's dumb.
Fine with me.
You're dumb, Nate. You're dumb. I'm hyped, guys.
I'm super hyped if they do it right. Now I'm confused. It's supposed to take place a few years after the Boost saga.
Well, this is something we need to speculate about.
Are the
Is
movies
this
going to be
gonna-
uncanon now?
That's a good question. I don't know if they'll be on canon or if they'll be...
Worked in somehow, where the storyline cuts out during the movies?
Or if it's just before the movies.
I
That's my
honestly
guess.
think it's just going to be in between the end of Dragon Ball and Battle of Gods.
That's what I think.
That's honestly what I think.
But that means there'll be no new transformations in the new series, which is kind of going to make people sad. Because we don't need new transformations, but you think new Dragon Ball, you think,
Hopefully
well,
we get
give us a new transformation.
Maybe.
And we won't even get to see God mode because it won't be a thing yet.
Maybe there'll be a transformation, but maybe it'll be like a one-time thing, or he can use it, but then at the end of the show he loses it. Like he can't do it anymore.
Well, they don't know anything about God mode until
Like
the movie.
like an Ichigo kind of thing.
He's talking about not God mode. Like
Oh, not
something
God?
else.
Like, throw Super Saiyan 4 in there real quick?
That would
No,
be actually
well,
really cool.
I'd take
Akira
Super
Toriyama
Saiyan.
was quoted on saying he's not gonna do any more new Super Saiyan forms. He's tired of them because all they are is just beefed up versions of the new of Super Saiyan. Because he's just like, in the new stuff, Goku's learned to just focus on his base form in Super Saiyan 1.
He's not said that for this new series, though.
That's true. In the new movie series, he did. Movie.
I guess I don't really care.
Like he only goes
if
2 and 3 if he absolutely has to.
No,
Right.
he doesn't need to. Like, Super Saiyan 1 can be stronger than 2 and 3. It's just about, like...
Speed and overall.
But I'm gonna be sad if I never see him go 2 or 3, honestly.
Two's my favorite. Everyone gets two so
They had
much
him
shit.
they had him go 3 in Battle of God, so surely.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That
I
was
just want
just
to see him go 3 again.
I think the reason they made him go 3. This is the reasoning why. Everyone knew 3 was the best. If GT's no longer canon, 3's the best. We know what 3's power level is, and we know how strong it is. We have no idea how powerful Bills was compared to it. So they threw 3 in there to give us idea that 3 is nothing compared to Bills. That's why they threw it in
The
there.
God is nothing compared to Bill's, really.
God mode kept him on par.
It kept him alive. It didn't. But Bill's was still faster. Like
Right. But the training in God mode and learning how to use it better made him... See, the reason why Bills is so much more powerful is he's been that powerful so much longer. Now that with the new movie coming out, with Frieza being that strong or whatever it has, they've been training under Weiss, is my assumption.
That's everyone's assumption, because they got the new symbol and everything.
Right, the new symbol. So they've learned, if they being Vegeta, if he has it too, I don't know. If they've learned to control that better, using it better, they could be just as strong as Bills in this new movie.
Well, I know their power level compared to Bill's in the new movie.
Okay.
I've read all about it, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Right.
I really wish I could though, but because I can't wait to see his new movie. But so, okay, let's get into like the smaller questions here. Does Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3?
In the new movie?
No,
in the new series. That's what I mean.
At some point.
Maybe.
Is that something you guys want?
If they were, it's something I want. But if they're going to, I mean, you could say it as kind of like when Vegeta gets sent into Super Saiyan 4 in GT.
Well, non-canon.
Well, I know. This is just my.
Well, that he cheats to get
similarization. No, he can't do it ever again.
Why?
Why wouldn't he be able to?
That wouldn't make any sense for
I don't
Super
know.
Saiyan 3.
Well, when Goku first hit Super Saiyan, he needed a lot of training to be able to just do it normally.
But even though Vegeta's silly now, it's he's still pretty freaking strong.
Well, yes, agreed.
No one's saying he's gonna be silly just because he's silly in the new movie. And everyone was mad about it. They've already said. Sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to talk on this point really quick. They already announced that he's gonna be way more serious in the Frieza movie. So.
Okay.
But he doesn't go Super Saiyan 3 during the Bills fight. He stays in his Super Saiyan.
It also might be really hard for him to go Super Saiyan 3. And that was...
Guys, I don't think we can include the Bills movie in this.
That's what I'm saying. If they want it to stay canon, I'd say no, they probably won't do it. It's something I want, yes. But it probably wouldn't make the movie canon.
In the movie, if he can go Super Saiyan 3... it was just an initial burst of
That's
anger.
what I'm thinking.
An initial burst of anger, whereas Super Saiyan 3 takes a minute to charge up and bam, happen.
I feel like, honestly, he'll be going Super Saiyan 3 in this series. Because this is after Boo. You know, he needs more power. They've already said there are going to be new enemies that we've never seen before introduced into the show.
Tight. See, the way I hope they do it is they do this new series, and it leads up to the Bills movie, and it stops. And then we have the Bills movie that fits in that there. And then they do another series that takes place afterwards. Because I want to learn more about Gohan. And the fact that after the new movie, after Battle of the Gods, in the newest movie they show him only going Super Saiyan 2. So no longer Mystic or Ultimate mode for him.
Let's not forget that Akira Toriyama might have just forgot.
Akira Toriyama's kind of a doofus.
Well, they did it right in Battle of the Gods. He was Mystic in Battle of the Gods. So he's also got this new track suit, which I don't like. This new hair care, which I don't like.
Nobody does. I don't really care.
And Gohan's my favorite character in the whole in Dragon Ball Z.
I think Akira Toriyama just kind of quit caring about anybody other than Goku and Vegeta.
I think what you guys gotta understand.
Piccolo's his favorite.
You guys gotta understand that it makes sense for Gohan to go down this road. Like
it does. It does. I want to learn more about it though.
No, but it doesn't make. No, I'm just sick of everyone complaining about it. In GT, maybe it didn't make sense for Trunks to be a super nerd, though it kind of did, because he worked at Capsule Corp.
Right.
And he was a different...
he was president, right?
It makes sense for Gohan, because he didn't...
He got married, had a kid, went to college.
No, he didn't want to be a warrior.
Right.
Like, he wanted to be a scholar, and he was forced into it, because the world was going to die.
He was also forced into being a scholar.
I know, but if you listen to him, talking...
he really wants to do
that's what he wanted to do, so once the world's in peace... Why wouldn't he go after that? Like, it kind of makes sense that he would go for that.
I agree. No, I it's not that I don't agree with the fact that they did it. I want to just learn more about it.
Yeah.
I want to learn what exactly led to it, or how fast is this decline? How long has he been like that for the whole show? Did he lose the ability to do Mystic after Bills? Was it immediately after, soon after? Or was it years down the road, closer to the newest movie coming out?
I want to see Pan.
I do too. That's another thing.
And Bola. Mm-hmm. Or Bra. Well, not Bola. What's her name?
It was Bola.
The Bola in English, Bra in Japanese. Yeah.
She's not canon. Is she?
Yeah, she is.
She's canon. She's in the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
She is also?
Mm-hmm.
I always forget the last episode.
And Oob.
Oob.
Oh, Oob.
Yeah.
Oob is canon. So.
Was he in Battle of Gods?
No.
He's out there chilling somewhere. Maybe he's off training because he was going to train with Goku. I don't know, man.
Well, Goku's still dead. Was still dead?
No.
Or was it just training on King Kai's planet?
No. He was just training.
Goku's not dead at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
No, not Dragon Ball Z. In the newest movie, he was on King Kai's planet.
He just went there to train. He goes there to train because the gravity's heavier.
Right. That's what I thought.
And he likes hanging out with King Kai and Bubbles.
And he can just teleport there now.
And Gregory, another character that Akira Toriyama forgot.
What about King Kai? Is he gonna be in all this? Like,
I assume he will be. He has to.
like who else is gonna come back? They've got such a big pool of characters like that they can pull from. Like Krillin, what's he gonna be like now? Is he gonna fight? Like he's got
Let's get Launch back in there.
by the
No.
time of GT, Krillin was old and like didn't fight much anymore.
That was GT, and he had.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, do we think they're gonna go that route with it?
And if this is only a few years after the Buu saga, then surely Krillin will be.
You know, that's true. I didn't think about that. This
'Cause
Dragon
he
Ball
fought
Z
old.
was what? How many years after the Buu saga? A while.
Dragon Ball Z, you mean the new movie?
Dragon Ball GT was how many years after?
Oh,
Dragon Ball
7.
Z?
Yeah. GT.
It had to be more than
No.
that because Pan was. Only
No, it was.
7 is between Cell and Buu. That's the 7-year gap. I don't know how much between GT. It's gotta be more than 7.
I'm pretty sure it's 9 years.
Well, Pan's
That'd make
10 or
10.
11.
Would Pan be 10? I thought
She's
Pan
10 or
was like
11.
12.
She's 12, yes, but she
Or
was
something
like
like that.
she was.
Is it a 12-year gap?
But she was like 2.
Yeah, she's like
she was
2
when Goku left.
Yeah.
Oh.
The last episode she was like 2.
Oh yeah.
so-
So it'd be
it's
10
like-
years.
So yeah, it was
Yeah,
like-
yeah, 10-year gap.
And then at the beginning of GT, he's like, "I've got a wife that'll be pretty darn mad in this period."
Chi-Chi's gonna be ugly. Is Bulma gonna get any airtime? Who knows? She's old now.
Videl's the...
Is Videl... I really want to know this, because they could change everything about Videl. Honestly. Videl afterwards, it makes so much more sense to me for Gohan to kind of become a little nerdy, and for Videl to become... Like, stay on the path she was on, and stay beastly. Like, honestly...
Be Hercule's successor.
Yeah, like, Gohan's dream is to be a scholar. Videl's dream was to be a fighter. So how come in GT she doesn't fight anymore? Like, I think in this new series she should fight.
Well,
Oh, what happened to her voice in GT, by the way? Hey, Gohan.
Voice actress? I don't know. That was weird.
I don't know.
That's really weird. I didn't even think about that before. I would love to see that.
I mean, you could always think Videl realized that
Hercule
she was
gonna be
nothing
this?
compared...
yeah, Hercule.
Hercule is a complete doofus understanding
But
like, power and stuff, but she understood it.
No, but you cannot say it. You cannot count Videl out because there's been a time gap here. Krillin, Tien, Yamcha. Yeah, we're gonna count Yamcha. They can all learn to become strong enough to fight
That's
with the
true.
Z Warriors.
That's
Why
true.
couldn't Videl?
Videl was stronger than Vegito, like when he first was in the show, like in Saiyan Saga.
Are you sure about that?
But by the end of Dragon Ball Z, she had to be.
I don't know that she had to be.
She
was
just wasn't
pretty
good.
strong.
I think she was just as strong, but she wasn't very good with her ki. I think her training, she's just as good fist fighting. I think.
I don't know, man.
I'll be
She
honest,
fight-
I tuned out
Again,
for just a second. so I didn't hear
again,
what's
non-canon,
going
but
on.
she does fight Broly.
She did non-canon, but God, yeah. What happened to Videl? She freaking fought Broly, man.
non-canon, but still.
And didn't explode in one punch.
Videl could hold her own.
I agree, and I love Videl, but I'm more excited about Pan. I like Pan's character more than I like Videl's character.
You might not after this though, because in this she's only gonna be still a kid. Because she was
Well,
like
that's
what?
fine. I mean,
She was like what? She was very little in the new movie, so this is.
no, she wasn't even born yet in the new movie. Or
She
wait,
had to be. It was after.
Yeah.
not the wait. Wait a second. She's in Dragon Ball
She's
Z,
born.
right?
She's a
Yeah.
little kid.
But
She's a little kid.
in Battle of the Gods, she's like, I'm pregnant. Videl is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, it's been a minute since I've seen it. But wrong. Let us know.
Crap.
So that was a total mess up.
So no bull. That's not necessarily a mess up because the end of Dragon Ball Z is a time skip.
That's true too.
Oh yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is a time skip. So
So this could be between the end of the Buu saga
oh
and
my
the final
God.
episode.
So Battle of the Gods takes place between the Buu saga and the final episode of Dragon Ball Z.
What if it's all about Goku training Oob? Because he said he was gonna go off to do that.
But he meets Oob in the final episode at that tournament.
So
So Oob won't be in this.
So if you really think about it, there's I don't know how big.
Unless this means, because Dragon Ball Z does end technically after Battle of Gods.
That's
So
I'm saying.
what if this means this new series will be after Battle of Gods?
Yeah,
Because it'll
no,
be
that's
after
it.
the end of Dragon Ball Z.
So Pam would be in it. God Mode would be in it.
We just don't know enough to know. This changes everything. It really could be after the movies now.
I completely forgot about that. The fact that she was already born at the end of Dragon Ball Z, and in the movie Battle of God, she's just pregnant with Videl. Recently pregnant too, because she was still keeping it a secret. She was about to announce it.
Okay. Goten and Trunks.
if they don't fuse,
I want a team.
Right?
I want a team formed fuse.
I think we all do. Come on.
And
they teased us with it in freaking GT, and it never happened.
I heard rumors. Now this was
Hey, bro,
all completely fake. But when Battle of the Gods was first getting announced and stuff,
I'm gonna look at that now.
Oh, what you do? Oh man,
Yeah,
you can cut somebody's throat with that.
when I heard rumors of this, when Battle of the Gods was first getting announced, like I was like, oh my god, what are they gonna do? I'm like, what? If Super Saiyan 3 is nothing compared to Bills, what are they gonna throw in? And a lot of people speculated with before God Mode was announced and stuff, they speculated with the Super Saiyan 3 Gogeta.
Gogeta's non-canon.
He could make him.
He could make it canon.
Vegito.
Vegeta wouldn't make sense because that's only with the earrings.
But what if it's not? What if they do the dance
And it's
that
still
makes Vegito? That's just the canon.
That'd be fine. That'd be fine.
That'd be
with that
fine.
too.
I like Vegito better, honestly.
I do too. But
I do too. I
do too,
think
but
agree with that.
I don't even know. I love Gogeta.
I think you just
Here's Vegito, so like high up there, and then Gogeta's just barely below it.
I think you underestimate. Akira Toriyama could totally be like.
I mean, yeah, he could do anything. I'm not underestimating it. But that's what I'm saying is he could do anything.
Also, if they're non-canon, who even knows if he's seen the movies?
That's
No,
true.
I'm sure he's seen the movie. He had a helping hand in a lot of them. Like he helped a lot with. I know he helped a lot with
Wrath of the
Wrath of the Dragon.
That's the best movie.
I don't know about that.
It totally is.
It's the best Dragon Ball movie.
One of my favorites is, I think it's underrated, is the.
Is Tapion gonna be in this? Probably not.
No.
One of my favorite
That'd
Dragon
be
Ball
stupid.
movies, even though it's I think it's underrated, only for the final fight, is the BoJack movie. Because the final fight with Goku being like, "Son, you have to do it."
Oh yeah, and all he does is punch BoJack once and he wins.
I think that movie's a little not that great.
It is.
For me, it's the payoff at the end. That's why I like it a lot.
I think it's one of
It doesn't make any sense that Gohan can't do Super Saiyan 2 without getting mad again, and is afraid to do it.
I like it.
Because he already did it with
But it doesn't
Cell.
have to make sense though.
Well, I know, but and then the final fight is just basically all the Z Warriors getting their ass kicked. Then Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2, and it's basically the same thing with Cell. He's so powerful, he just rapes.
Actually, I think we can all agree that the best Dragon Ball Z movie is Bio Broly.
Oh yeah.
No, Dead World.
Dead World's actually not bad.
It's not, but it's I don't know.
For the
My
time-
favorite one is Future Trunks movie.
That's not a movie.
Bardock's is
It's a special. There's a difference between the specials and the movies. Bardock's is a special.
yeah.
Oh.
I guess that's true, but still.
Because the specials are canon is what I'm saying. That's why it's different. The movies are non-canon. The specials are canon.
Okay.
So any of them that's canon is written by Akira Toriyama. So.
Gotcha.
So Bardock is Goku's dad. I like how Bardock makes an appearance when in Goku's little dream sequence on Frieza when he's fighting Frieza. And Vegeta's like, "You have to fight and save our race," and Bardock's there, and you're like, "Who's this dude?"
Yeah.
If you
Foreshadowing.
hadn't seen the Bardock movie, which you hadn't, you're like, "Who's this dude?" You know that the dude with the goatee is Vegeta's dad. Who's this guy?
And I'm the only
Crazy
one
ass
who-
hoe.
I really got the inspiration today after all this got announced to go watch Dragon Ball Z again, but then I was like, God,
Why?
that's too long. If it was 25 episodes, I'd go through
I've
it.
seen two.
You should get Kai.
I should actually.
Well, you
I'd
can
go through
skip
it
the
pretty quickly.
filler.
Well, but
Even then, that's one of the things I'm excited about. Me and Dakota were talking about this. This is probably going to be a seasonal.
Right.
There's not going to be ongoing
Based on
again,
what
I
they
bet.
said, because the manga comes out just barely before the
Oh yeah, they're writing a
anime.
new manga for it.
The manga for the new for this new series comes out like a month or two before the new show. So
I didn't think they were doing manga for. I've not heard any announcement of manga for the new series. All they announced was manga for the new movie.
I haven't seen anything about a manga.
I guess. Oh, they must have been a mistype because they said the new manga comes out.
Yeah,
Blah.
it's for the new series
I
or the new
gotcha.
movie. It's the new manga that's coming
Gotcha.
out. There'll probably be a manga for this too. I'm sure. I'd be really surprised if there wasn't.
Gotcha.
Okay. Two more things, and then we can get on to what's gonna make everyone hate Dakota. One, do you think we're gonna see androids?
I think the
Like
18.
Red Ribbon Army in general.
I doubt it. I highly doubt
Like, I'm not saying the whole army, but someone Red Ribbon.
If it is, it's going to be a cameo from somebody. It can't be General Blue because
What if they go Red Ribbon again? Like, that's the new saga. Red Ribbon's trying something else.
No, I
All
don't
their
see
best
that
things
happening.
have been taken out of Red Ribbon. I wouldn't want to see another Red Ribbon.
I don't see that happening.
It happened in Dragon Ball, and then it happened again in Dragon Ball Z, and I mean, and both of those were good series. I like the Android series or saga. I think they've run dry on Red Ribbon.
I like to see it
again. Like
Boo! Oh my God, is Boo gonna fight Majin Buu?
I would love to see that.
I'm sure he would.
He's a good guy now.
Yeah, Majin Buu fights in a lot of the other fights.
You know, I'm really sad that... I know a lot of people hate it, but I'm really sad that GT's non-canon. Because Majub is so cool to me.
Oh, yeah, it's tight.
Even if people say that doesn't make sense, like...
It doesn't, but it's so cool.
The battle with Legic, I thought was one of the coolest fights in that anime.
It kind of makes sense, because...
See, there's one thing you can give GT.
I give GT a lot. I actually really like GT.
Yeah, I do, too. And people give it shit all the time, but... If there's one thing you give it for GT, no matter how much you would hate that series, if you hate it, the supervillains in that series kick ass.
Yeah, Baby is an effing beast.
Baby Omega Shenron, Super 17.
Super 17 should have had a saga as long as Omega Shenron's. Super 17 was the coolest villain in the whole show.
I agree.
It was It was like a
5 episodes.
Yeah.
All the bad guys in that series were good.
What about the guys who dance with the beatboxes?
The Para.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the Para.
I like Legic. Do you remember Legic?
Oh, yeah.
The blue guy who's like got the swords, like, shoo, and Kid Goku fights him.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, Para.
Okay. Are we finally gonna get that just straight up One Piece Dragon Ball crossover in this? Is this opening it up for that to happen?
I hope.
I thought we had that already.
We had One Piece Toriko.
Another thing is...
And we had an episode where there was... Goku came. But,
we haven't had a...
Yeah. But are we gonna get... Is this opening up for, like, get a movie? Like, get something for real?
That'd be tight. I'd hope so.
It's possible.
What I would hope for the most is if they did an epic crossover. They got Naruto, Bleach...
There were
One
rumors
Piece,
of that happening.
And Dragon Ball Z.
There were rumors of a Shonen Jump crossover anime coming.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know where that went. I don't know if those were real. I don't know.
I think it'd make more sense for Naruto and Dragon Ball to cross over because they both take place in time periods which you can't really understand.
You can't really understand One Piece timeline either.
But you know the around date.
Yeah, like what date were the snail phones a thing? Like I don't remember that in the history books.
They have some technology.
Oh, that's during the Void Century of the real world.
Oh, of the real world?
Yeah, our real world is the Void
That's
Century.
the end of the show. What's the Void Century? This right now. That'd be awesome. You know about the Void Century, right? You're pretty far.
Yeah.
You're farther than Dakota.
Robin's trying to find it, that kind of thing.
You're farther than Dakota, right? Are you?
No, he's
Oh,
not.
no, you're further?
We're right around the same thing. He's about 20 episodes ahead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, so pretty close.
Yeah, I went to
Just skip a filler saga and you'll be caught up.
I went to watch and
I've got a filler saga coming up.
You're about to start the final stuff between Luffy and Inaru.
Yeah, this the final fight between them.
Because
the first fight's kind of bull.
You got a good... Sorry. You got a good fight coming to you.
I got distracted.
Yeah, but... Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Did you see Usopp's spell yet?
Stop! Spell.
Can we just get
what's he
Usopp
do?
and Krillin?
Wait, I think
out?
I have seen that.
It's where he's like, paper cuts on the webbing of your fingers.
Oh, yeah,
and Nami's like, oh god, quit it.
It's like you're not supposed to hear it. Like,
I think that
I did see that.
That saga is one of the sagas that's like, or that arc is one of those arcs that's like, how is anyone still alive?
Oh, I
like
know.
I don't know if you're that far yet, but like where right before Luffy goes up to fight Inaru, there's just the battle. Like, how is anybody alive?
Yeah, I'm right now. Luffy's got a giant gold ball on his arm.
Oh, so yeah, you're past.
And he's running up that vine.
Okay, yeah. You're at the end of the show. If he's got not end of the show, end of the arc.
I've got like 6 episodes till the arc's over, and the last 6 episodes are like the fight.
Okay, Dakota, why don't you explain to us what you've been holding in this whole time and why everyone's gonna hate you, and maybe they might not hate you.
Should I just snap his neck now?
You might agree with him. I don't know if you will or not.
The Dragon Ball Z Japanese sub sucks!
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's
it
some characters...
sucks on so many levels. Goku's voice is garbage. Vegeta's voice is the only good one. Piccolo's voice is garbage. Gohan's voice is garbage. Everything about the dub other than Vegeta sucks. They make...
The sub.
The sub, yes.
Japanese dub.
The Japanese dub. Everything about the Japanese dub is terrible. In my opinion, I hate everything about it other than Vegeta.
I don't know anything about, like, the characters that came in later. Like
Bardock's voice sucks. Gohan's voice sucks.
I don't know anything about Vidal's voice, Pan's voice, or I like Boo's voice. Majin Buu, his voice is okay in the sub.
Why are you watching the sub?
Because I watch Battle of the Gods.
Why? I don't understand why either of you wouldn't just wait for the dub.
Is it?
Because I'd put another year on it.
Come on, back me up on this. Isn't the Battle of the Gods sub... Did you ever see the original sub?
I don't know.
Oh, well, the Battle of the Gods sub is better than the original sub. It's really not that bad.
I've never watched Dragon Ball, the original sub.
Isn't it... You still get the epic feels out of it? Like, it's still fine.
Honestly, the only time... Like, man, I really can't. I really don't like Goku's voice.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't either, but I'm like, it's not gonna slow me down on the show.
In Battle of the Gods, him and Vegeta are the only ones that really talk in the whole movie.
Yeah, I guess. And Bill's, and he's like really deep.
Bill's voice is good. I like Bill's voice in the sub, or in the Japanese dub. And Weiss's in the Japanese dub is also good. I think the new characters they added were pretty good, but the only two you ever hear talk are Vegeta and Goku in that show, Piccolo a little bit, and Gohan and Gotenks a little bit. Trunks and Goten don't really talk much.
They just sound like kids anyway, though.
Yeah.
Gotenks.
Goten.
Wait, you said Gotenks. They're not. He's not in that movie.
Battle of the Gods, Gotenks is in it.
Is he?
He fights Bills for a second with Mystic Gohan.
Does he?
And they get their butts kicked.
They fuse?
They fuse.
I don't remember them fusing. I saw this more recently.
They might have. I don't know.
In the game, they do it. And the game follows the storyline.
I don't know, man.
I don't.
That was just what I was going off of because I haven't seen the movie for a while.
And the only reason I'm watching this freaking Dragon Ball Z show subbed is because I'm gonna have to watch it for this freaking podcast. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to leave the room.
We're gonna watch it.
Of course we
Like
are.
day to day?
Of course we're
He's gonna force us to watch it.
We have to talk about it as it's coming out.
I hope it gets dubbed the same day it comes out.
Well, like that's what I was talking about. I would love to see it get simulcast dubbed like they did with Space
would
Stadium.
make-
Well, I was saying you can go back and rewatch it.
Why would I?
No.
Why would I rewatch it when I've already seen it?
Chill out, all right? There's headphone listeners. You're screaming in the mic. You can have your argument with a controlled voice.
It would make sense to simulcast it. You've already got all the characters already cast for.
Yeah, I totally agree. It would make sense.
I think simulcasting it would be the best thing too.
I agree.
There are people like
I think it should be broadcast, simulcasted, so it should be coming on to Nami a day before it comes out in Japan.
But here's the thing.
Like day after.
No, when they broadcast simulcast, it comes out here first.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah.
Because there's people like Dakota that hate it, and I mean I hate it too, but I'll watch it.
Here's what I hated about it. Okay.
There are people that will refuse to watch it because
Dakota. Goku's voice
It's terrible, and everybody
Can I
should hate
speak?
it. No,
Goku's voice isn't great. It's really high.
no, it's awful
it is bad.
A lot of people prefer it though.
because they're idiots.
It's probably because that's the way they watched it first too.
Yeah. The one thing that I can get over the voice, all right, because I know Luffy, he's got a high voice.
It works for Luffy. He looks like a kid.
And
Goku's this
he's only
big,
like
muscular
16,
dude.
right?
Luffy is 20 after the time skip.
Well, I'm not at the time skip.
He's 18 where you're at then.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought the time skip was 7 years.
The time skip is 2 years.
Oh.
You thought it was 7 years?
This guy, man.
I'm not that
He
well
thought they
knowledgeable.
grew up, man.
Robin's
Robin's like 30.
I'm
where
well
you're
knowledge on Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and Bleach.
Naruto's time skip is how long?
3. Because that's how long he had the tray.
Yeah. Okay, the one thing that really got me down about the Dragon Ball Z Japanese dub, though, I could get over the voices. They are gonna bug me. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I grew up with the Funimation
yeah.
dub. I'm gonna want that dub. You know, it is gonna bug me when I'm watching it, but I'm gonna get over it. You know, because at the end of the day, this is new Dragon Ball. This is what I've been waiting for since I was a child. You know, it's like I can deal with some wonky voices to get this.
You've been waiting for since you were a child a new series with the voices you grew up with.
No, I don't care. I don't care as much about the voices as you do. I really don't. They could recast the entire English cast, and I won't care because it's Dragon Ball. It's about the show. It's about the story. It's about the fights.
They wouldn't
I know they're not going to. I'm just saying they could, and I would still watch it because this is what I wanted. I didn't
They got me in the anime.
Yeah, when I thought about it as a kid, I didn't think, oh, I hope I get a new Dragon Ball series, but it better be all the same effing voices.
We didn't care about voices
I didn't
back then.
care back then. Like, I would even switch between the Ocean dub and the Funimation dub, and I'd be like, that sounds a little different. I don't care. It's Dragon Ball. But what really got me down,
I
though,
remember that.
was the Japanese dub's music. for Dragon Ball Z. You probably don't know it because you watch Battle of Gods and the music's great in that. But if you've watched Dragon Ball, you know the music in Dragon Ball sounds very
It's been
80s.
a very long time, but I
Can
can
you
vaguely
remember?
remember.
Sounds very,
Okay.
It's like a very cheap orchestra.
Now, a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this because a lot of people, for some reason, prefer this soundtrack. But that's this whole soundtrack for all of Dragon Ball Z, too.
Really?
Yeah, but in America, they changed it to Bruce Faulkner's OST, which I personally love.
I like it too.
It's perfect.
And
So which one do you prefer? I
prefer the English one,
Okay.
Bruce Faulkner's.
Okay,
Though I do prefer the Japanese one for Dragon Ball because it fits with the style of the show.
that does make
Which is
sense.
weird.
Now, I prefer the Japanese opening. I think.
Chala.
Yeah.
Well, everybody does.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing, though. The music's going to be new. They're not going to use that same old music in the
I
new show.
know.
I'm just letting everyone on the podcast know. Like, if you don't like that music, they're going to use something different. I don't know if in the dub, is Bruce Faulkner going to come back? That'd be effing awesome. Dude, if they announced that Bruce Faulkner came back, that would just cement it that, yeah, when this comes out on DVD, I'm watching it. Or on Blu-ray.
I'd buy it.
I would, I'd immediately be like, I got to watch this with that soundtrack. Even if this soundtrack is great, because honestly, maybe I'm just weird and different than you, but what affects me more when in audio terms than the voices is the music.
It's the background music.
Yeah,
giving you
like
the
if
epic
I
feeling.
hear Vegeta's theme, like like whatever, that's gonna get me more.
Transformation themes in that show.
Yeah, that'll get me more than hearing Chris Sabat.
My thing about that, though, is freaking... you're saying I can go back and rewatch it? Of course I can. But why? I've already seen all the epic stuff. I'm not going to get that feeling that I got.
Bro. I've watched Dragon Ball 4 times now, and I still get the epic feeling.
I've
already
Dragon Ball
seen
Z.
it in Japanese, and all I'm going to be thinking is, wow, I saw this in a terrible version.
You really think that's all you're going to be thinking when you're watching through it? You really think you're going to be sitting there and they're going to be like deep in a crazy fight in the middle of a saga and you're going to be thinking, man, I saw this in a bad version. No, you're going to be thinking, oh, this is cool. It's awesome to see this.
I'm already going to know what's going to happen, though, so I'm just going to be like, oh, this part.
But you'll be...
So you've only seen Dragon Ball Z once? Mm-hmm. I've seen Dragon Ball Z probably full through with filler because I didn't know what filler was.
Me too.
Probably 3 or 4 times.
And you still get the epic feels, right?
I've watched Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation probably 3,000
Oh my god,
times.
right? And I watched the
every
Super
time.
Saiyan 3 transformation.
But you watched those in English. Now I'm going to be watching these in Japanese.
Well, that's
listen,
what I'm trying to
it's
say.
terrible
Is you'll
sub.
love it just as much watching it a second time.
Yeah.
I hope you misunderstand. I hope I like this.
No, what you just said is that when you rewatch it, all you're going to be thinking is, I saw this in a bad dub and not enjoying it. I think you're going to be watching it and thinking, yeah, I saw this in a bad dub, but now I'm really enjoying it.
But I've already seen it. I already know what's going to happen. That's why I held off on Battle of Gods, because I wanted to get the Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat stuff. Like, I was in the theater like, oh my god, this is amazing, because I didn't watch that. I know if I would have watched that in English, I would have been like, wow, that was awesome, but I already saw this.
Man, I feel like you're contradicting your life because you tell me all the time that you rewatch movies all the time, and you're like, "Oh, that was still just as epic."
But I'm watching them in the language that I saw them in first.
I don't think it's gonna matter as much as you think.
If you prefer the dub, you'll still like it more.
Yeah, you'll still like it more.
Of course, I'll like it more, but I'm not gonna think it's as amazing because I'm gonna be like, oh, saw this already. That's why I held away from Battle of Gods for so long until it came out in English.
So, I guess here's my
true.
question. If you watched Battle of the Gods in English, which you did, watching it again, it's still going to be as epic or not?
No, it's still going to be great, but if I would have seen it in Japanese first, I wanted to see it in the voices that I like. For me, it's all about the voices. For me, the voices and the music.
But you'll still get those when you watch it.
No, I won't, because I've already seen it in Japanese.
But you're not making any sense, bro, because
I guess my question is,
I'm following where you're going with it.
watching it twice in English makes it just as good both times. But watching it in Japanese once and then English makes it worse?
It doesn't make it worse, it's just I'm going to be like, oh, I saw this.
But that you get the same feeling if you watched it twice in English.
Okay, it's still awesome, yes, but I'm not gonna get the feels. I'm gonna be like the first time I watch it, I'm gonna be like, oh, that was really cool. I would have rather seen it in English. Then it'll come out in English, and I'll be like, wow, that was great. But I already saw this.
But you're like an avid rewatcher.
I know I am, but you're not understanding where I'm coming from.
Because you make no sense. This
I'm just
argument makes
confused.
no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Me and Nate both think it makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Guys, let us know in the comments. Does Dakota's argument make any sense?
I'm just confused. Okay, so I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So you can get the feels twice if it's English, right?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I've watched Gurren Lagann.
See, now
I've watched Gurren Lagann
I get
3
the feels of that
times.
every time.
I don't. The first time I watched it, I was like, "That was awesome." Second time I watched it, I was like, "That was awesome." Third time, I was like, "Okay, I saw this."
See, now it's making more sense to me because at first it made it sound like just because you watched it the first time in Japanese means that it won't be epic the second time. But
That's
if
totally how you were making it come off.
But if I watch it twice in English, it'll be epic both times. That's what you're making it come off.
Yeah.
Now you make more sense. It's not as epic the second time.
You made it sound like if you watch it in Japanese first, it's not going to be epic either time. Because you're going to hate it the first time, and then the second time you're going to be like, well, I watched this in Japanese, so I still hate it.
No, yeah, that's my point. That's what I meant by rewatching it. Like, you saying I can rewatch it? Of course I can rewatch it, but I've already seen it. It's not going to be as impactful because I've already seen it in the dub that I don't like.
I still feel like it's going to impact you just because you're going to actually... It's going to be your first time hearing it with those voices. I feel like the second you hear Sean Schimmel come out, you're going to forget that you even saw it in Japanese. And you're going to be like, yes, this is what I want.
And I hope. Again, I hope.
I almost would
I've
bet
watched
money
Angel
that's what
Beats
happens.
like 3 or 4 times.
I
and still
hope
cry.
like hell that happens.
I seriously think we're going to be sitting here in like, I don't know, however long it takes for this dub to come out. And you're going to be saying, you know what? I got just as many feels as the first time. And I was wrong.
And I really don't like the way you explain Goku's character in the Japanese dub.
He's just a little different. The only difference is that they don't have him say things like, I'm the hero of justice. If you want to destroy the world, you got to go through me or whatever.
I don't like that.
But that's not his character, and he's barely that character even in the show. He's only mostly that in the movies, in the dub.
I'm gonna be so. I'm gonna laugh super hard when if it happens, if we find out that it's gonna be simulcast and he just freaks out.
I will lose my mind. I'll be like up till midnight every Saturday.
We'll definitely be watching the dub if it is simulcast.
Yeah, if it's simulcast, I'll be watching.
It won't be. And
you don't know that.
But you've told me why it probably won't
I will tweet.
Well, yeah, there's a good reason why it probably won't be, but it doesn't mean it won't be.
Everyone go to Akira Toriyama's Twitter.
It's
No, go to Toei Animation.
Go to Toei Animation.
Do they have a Twitter?
I don't know.
Yeah. Go to Toei Animation's Twitter,
tweet over
find
and
their
over
email, send them, we want this simulcasted, send it to Funimation. If we want it...
Do it for my sake.
If we want that to happen, we have to tell them we want it.
They won't care, though.
They might. That's the thing, like... People think that companies don't care, but they really do care about what their fans want. And if that's what we want, they're going to try.
At least I know Funimation does. I don't know much about the Japanese
companies.
Toei
is to anime what Nintendo is to video games.
Yeah, they're really stuck.
They're really stuck in their ways, and they don't really care.
I know Funimation cares about what we think.
But it's up to Toei. Like, there's 2 Dragon Ball Z movies that have never been dubbed because Funimation can't get the licenses from Toei. Like, as far as we know, they made...
Which 2? The Tarbo movie
and Extermination of All Humans.
It's Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans. It's really a terrible title. Oh, okay. That was the...
Oh, and then there's a remake of that movie, Plan to Eradicate the Super Saiyans. Neither one have been dubbed.
I watched that. That was what turned me off to the
I also... There's another thing, though, because that turned me very off to it, too, and then I realized the subs on that just sucked. The subs were so tiny, they're hard to read, and you're hearing those voices... I feel like you are going to still hate the sub, but I feel like you're going to, after a few episodes of watching this new series, you're going to come in and go, you know what, it's not that bad. Like, I still hate it.
I'm still going to say
it's not.
If it has Dragon Ball Z.
Here's what it is. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to say it's terrible, but the fights are worth it. That's what I'm going to say.
So you're going to base the show just on the voices? A show's storyline can be good.
No, okay, the story is going to be good, and the fights are going to be good.
I hope there's better
But you're going to say, well, do you still hate it? Hate the Japanese? I'm going to say, yes, I hate every minute of it.
That's fine. You can agree with that. Because he doesn't like the voices.
Just as long as you don't come in...
Don't opinionate it on the voices, because everyone will know you already don't like them, because we know that, and we can put that...
Yeah, when we talk about the show, please don't come in bringing, I hated the voices.
I probably will for the first, 2 episodes.
But...
For the first episode, I can understand, yeah.
If you, and I'm sure you're not going to do this, especially by the way you're talking, but if you came in and you said, I dropped the first episode, I couldn't even watch it because the voices were so bad, I'll kick you out of this effing room. Not even kidding.
I will watch it, because I'm not leaving this room.
Now, I watched... Fairy Tail all the way up to when the dub ends, because they're still working on dubbing it.
The sub for Fairy Tail is better.
Right. I know you agree with that. I like both either way.
Yeah.
Oh, I like them both, but the sub is
Okay, yes, I can
Really
agree
good.
with that now that I've watched
Just
it.
because Natsu's voice actor, can you agree with this now that Natsu's voice actor is like he's literally one of those voice actors that's just another level. Like we don't have an English voice actor that can match
Todd's
that.
the only one we got.
But he can't match that. He just gets
Todd,
close.
Todd or maybe Yuri.
But
he's not the right
as I was
kind.
saying, I watched I think 30 episodes past that. I think a little more of the Japanese dub or the sub, and it took me a few episodes, and I'm sure this happens with everyone.
Oh yeah.
That watches the show dub first or watches the sub first and goes to dub.
Took me
Anytime switching.
It
is
took me a
hard.
second because I don't really like Lucy's voice that much at first.
Oh, I hate her voice in English.
Well, no, in sub it took me a second to get the thing.
Here-
Natsu's voice I didn't mind.
Happy's is way better.
Juvia's took me a
Happy's
second
gets
to get
better
used
in
to,
English.
and
Oh, it
Urza's.
does.
Urza's is actually quite good in the
Oh,
dub.
yeah.
They're,
Oh, in the dub, yeah, it is good.
'Cause
It's
it's-
good in both.
That's because it's freaking what's her
Colleen
name? Colleen
Clinkenbeard.
Clinkenbeard.
well, I mean,
She's one of the top-notch voice actors.
that's what I'm saying. I can't tell the difference between the two.
That's like a
in
One
pitch.
Piece type dub. One Piece's dub is one of those dubs. It's like
That's because Oda.
I can't tell the difference.
Oda.
Toei
Toei.
handpicked.
Oda helped because Sonny said it.
Yeah, Oda helped, but it was Toei.
But they pick who plays. Like there's a reason Usopp in English sounds just like Sonny Strait.
And there's a reason that Chopper in Japanese or English literally sounds like the same.
I said there's a
person.
reason Usopp in English sounds like Sonny Strait. It's because Sonny
Because he
Strait
is
does
Sonny
this.
Strait.
Yeah.
I figured you were just being stupid.
No, there's a reason like their voices sound very similar.
But yeah, I mean, any show that you've grown up with the dub or the sub first.
Yeah, we're all
it's-
gonna have a problem. Not just Dakota. All of us are gonna have a problem with these first few episodes because we grew up with Dragon Ball Z and the Funimation dub.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wouldn't even matter if it was Dragon Ball Z. Like, if it was Yu Yu Hakusho, they're making a remake of or a new season of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I had to switch over, I'd be like, wow, this is not what I'm used to.
Can you believe Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball GT ended in Japan midway through Dragon Ball Z here in America?
Dragon Ball GT ended in Japan when we were doing Dragon Ball.
Was it Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? I knew it was like way. I
It
mean,
was early.
it was
Which is
way
funny
early.
because Ross was showing you what Boo was gonna look like.
Yeah,
Even
he
though
probably just looked up Boo. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
And now we get stuff
Crazy,
super
man.
soon.
Yeah, super soon. Maybe even a day early if it's broadcasted.
It won't be.
Isn't it weird though that we actually do get some anime before Japan now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Have
trying
we
to think of
more
which
since
one.
Space Dandy?
I think so, but I don't remember which
Oh,
one.
Space
There's been
Dandy.
like one or two more.
Space Dandy was the first one to do it, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Toei just
Revolutionary.
seriously email Toei # give us the sub. But then again, does Toei have the rights to the Dragon Ball movie?
Yeah.
They're
The
already
one-
dubbing. They're already in.
It's already dubbed. It's just got to come
Toei's
out.
the animation company.
Well, I didn't know if it was anyway.
Which Dragon Ball movie?
The one that just is about to come out.
Oh, they animated
It already came out.
Yeah, it's out in Japan, but they animated it.
Well, okay, but it's already subbed.
I know.
Or
I'm
dubbed
not
here.
saying
It's
that.
already being dubbed.
I'm
So-
not saying that they can't get it. I'm just saying there's a track record of them not being able to get some things.
Right. It's already being dubbed.
Yeah,
I
it'll
know
be
it's
on
in-
the summer.
Yeah.
I meant the show. Like maybe it won't have to take that long. What if they announce?
It really might not. Like, we could go off of what they're doing with this movie, which is coming out in the summer. We could be having the Dragon Ball dub in the winter. Like, it might not take that long. We could have the first half of the Dragon Ball dub before the second half of the show is done in Japan, for all we know.
That'd be nice.
It'll probably be $80.
I would buy it.
I wouldn't.
It'd probably be. Oh, what if? Oh man.
You just said you would buy it.
I hope they
And
cast.
then it gets cheaper.
Dang it! It won't be
It
on.
won't, though.
Dang it! I need to get that
Hulu.
Funimation info. Because they won't run it on Crunchyroll or Hulu or any of those. Because Funimation will be the ones.
They'll be at least subbing it. Funimation will be
Yeah, Funimation will
That's what I'm saying. It won't be on Crunchyroll or Hulu because Funimation will be subbing.
right.
Yeah.
So you have to get the Funimation channel. Well,
Hopefully it's simulcasted. Like, it will be simulcasted. Hopefully it's broadcast.
simultaneously. Hopefully. Then you won't have to hear me bitch, guys.
The only problem with the broadcast dub is, though, it's often worse. They do it really quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be alright. It's not that much worse.
It ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad.
I guess that's our show, guys.
Do you hate me now?
You don't hate Dakota. You agree. Do you hate all of us because we don't like the Japanese music for it? God, I hate that even worse, man.
I
don't even remember.
To me, the whole Japanese version is terrible. Everything about it is just
everything.
Terrible. Everything about it, other than the characters.
Even the Kamehamehas are worse. You know?
Yeah, because then you have to listen to Goku say Kamehameha in Japanese. Of course, they're worse.
You're crazy. It's not that bad.
It's awful.
What's funny? In Dragon Ball Z dub, Shanshin will make Goku's voice deeper with every transformation.
Which is awesome.
It'd be funny if every transformation, the Japanese dub, he made his voice higher. That'd be hilarious.
He does. He does.
It's like...
No, I'm just kidding.
Listening to Goku's Japanese voice is like listening to, we'll say, Toad talk for like a monologue. Hello, Mario! How are you today?
Okay.
I really, just because I want to laugh at you, and because I'm going to say this, you won't let it happen. And you probably aren't going to let it happen anyway. But I just really want to see the day come that the show ends, and you walk in here and you go, you know what? It's growing on me.
No, that won't even happen to me. It won't happen for me either.
You guys say that! You guys say that!
I know you. It will happen to you.
Dude, they're better at voice acting now. Dubbing was worse even in Japan back then.
They're better at voice acting. That doesn't mean the voice still sounds bad. The voice is still bad.
They might give him a new direction. They might give him a new direction to go with it.
A bad voice is still a bad voice.
So this moves Dragon Ball Z out of the done category and back into the ongoing, right?
Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super.
Or the whole Dragon Ball series in general.
It's back and ongoing.
Yeah.
Weird.
So we've got One Piece and Naruto's walking this way, and then we got Bleach and Ronin Kenshin and Dragon Ball Z over here, and they're high-fiving as they pass each other.
Ronin Kenshin, another Japanese sub that sucks.
That Japanese dub does suck. Ronin Kenshin.
Yeah, but
the English dub sucks.
They're high-fiving as they pass, as they change seats, or change spots.
That's kind of
cool. I think it's pretty awesome that Dream 9 is back. Dream 9, if you don't know, is 9 and 9:30 is Dragon Ball and One Piece play at the same time. Not the same time, but they play back to back. It's called Dream 9.
That's tight. I like that name.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Can you imagine living in Japan? You get the new Dragon Ball, you get the new One Piece back to back.
Dude, what if it was like new Naruto, not filler, new Dragon Ball Z, not filler, new One Piece, not filler.
They all came out the same day, I'm pretty sure.
But like back when all the big ones were airing at the same time, you get all like, okay, out of the 4 big ones, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto, which one's your least favorite?
My least favorite?
Yeah.
Bleach.
Okay, so for you it's Naruto, right? You like Bleach.
Well,
I can't say I haven't finished.
Yeah, you're not allowed to judge.
Right now, it's Naruto, but that doesn't mean I do like what I've seen.
I mean, me and you, I think we can both promise that it's not going to be Naruto when he catches up.
Right.
It gets so good.
Yeah, it does. So it'd be like Bleach, then Naruto, then Dragon Ball Z, then One Piece.
Yeah.
On a line. Oh, that'd be like my night where I would lock myself in my room. Anyone that knocked on my door, shut the fuck up.
How far are you in Bleach?
Not that far. But I've seen so much random stuff.
Are you past the Soul Society stuff yet?
Yeah, I passed that.
Okay.
But I didn't start the new.
You're not in Espada?
But I didn't start the new arc after that. I finished Soul Society.
Espada, dude! That's like the best arc in the whole show.
Soul Society
for
the
me to
story,
get to
Espada for the fights.
Wherever you're at in One Piece.
I want you to get to where I'm at in One Piece, but I want you to watch Espada first because you're already there.
Espada, dude, watch
Espada. Dude, oh my god. So good. Green Jiao. Spoilers!
Oh, Green Jiao.
The return of Green Jiao, guys! The return!
Green Jiao's back.
Green Jiao Jagger Jack, bro, he's back!
Jiao Jagger Jack.
Spoilers! Sorry, suckers! With that, we're gonna get out of here. You can find me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram at Cody Reviews.
You can find me on Twitter at Mr_Director. You can find me at Mr.Director on Instagram, and on Snapchat I am Jimmy D. Richards, all one word.
Bye.
Remember to point it up.
Someone's gotta say it. Be Drew.
Do we do?
No. Don't do Drew's thing.
Stay breezy.
Okay, you can do that. Remember to point it up, guys.
Drew.